Practical tips to organise your paperwork. I'm Dr. Catherine Macy, owner of organizetoexcel. We've been helping people overcome clutter and get more organised for almost 15 years, and I'm here today to help you with your paperwork. Why organise your paperwork? Organising your paperwork clears piles of paper, cluttering your space, helps you find information efficiently, keeps you on top of bills and to-dos, and avoids late fees, missed deadlines, and wasting time. Organise your paperwork to reduce stress, have a clear mind, and focus on what matters. Rafts. The first step towards fully organised paperwork is to sort. When we're clearing someone's desk, we use the raft system. Recycle, action, file, trash or treasure, and shred. Recycle. Any paperwork you no longer need that doesn't contain sensitive information can be recycled. This includes things like advertisements, takeout menus, old post-it notes, or junk mail. Action. Action items are anything that needs your attention, like a bill to pay or a letter to reply to or phone calls to return. File. Paperwork that contains things you will need later should be filed. Statements, school records, and policy documents fit into this category. I recommend getting electronic copies first to skip the paper step. Trash or treasure. Go through your paperwork and decide what's worth keeping and what's worth letting go. You can store Christmas cards from family in a keepsake box, but if you're holding on to something you can't remember receiving, consider recycling or trashing it to minimise the clutter. Shred. Anything with account numbers, social security numbers, or other non-public information that you no longer need should be shredded. You don't have to shred items with your name and address because that's public information. Once everything has been sorted and filed, you'll be left with your action items and much less paperwork. Action items. Action items are a type of paperwork that needs attention, like reminders of appointments or a bill that's coming due. One common mistake people make when organising their paperwork is keeping action items out to help them remember. Put away the paper and keep the reminder. Keeping an action item on your desk leads to clutter. Have a specific place for action items so you know where to look for it when the time is to take that action. Have a reminder system in place. You can set a reminder on your phone, write it in a paper planner, or use one of the action item systems below and put the paper away. Use the 2-minute rule though. If it's going to take less than 2 minutes to do it right away. It's not worth your time to file it, set the reminder, and find it again just to do it. Prioritise. I have 4 suggested methods for prioritising paperwork and increasing complexity. An in-out tray, a 3-level priority system, Stephen Covey's quadrant method, and tickler files. Use the one that suits you best and is going to be the easiest for you to maintain. Remember, the point is not to organise the paperwork, the point is to take action on your paperwork. In-out tray. An in-out tray is a very simple way to keep track of action items. When you have a task you need to complete, or a reminder of something due, it goes in the in tray. Once completed, move it to the out tray. You can always look in your in tray to remind you of what you need to accomplish. 3-level priority system. There are many ways to do a 3-level priority system, according to what works for you. Create 3 folders and label them based on level of importance or urgency. Hot, warm, cold, do now, do soon, do someday. Today, this week, next week, and red, yellow, blue are just a few ways to label these folders. This kind of system breaks down action items into easy to understand categories so you can see at a glance what needs your attention. Stephen Covey's quadrant method. Stephen Covey, author of The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, had a simple way of categorizing tasks based on urgency and importance, and this works with paperwork too. The infographic shows how to use this system. Urgent and important. It's April 10th and your taxes are due April 15. Non-urgent and important. It's November 1 and you want to write your holiday letters to friends and family. Urgent and not important. You've been sent a survey from a random marketing company and the deadline is today. Not urgent and not important. You have some marketing material about a cruise that you might or might not go on in 18 months' time. Tickler files. Tickler files, which are file folders labelled with dates, are a great way to keep action item paperwork accessible and organised. Here are 2 ways to use them. 8 folders by week. This system consists of 1 folder for each day of the week and 1 folder for the next week or later. As you go through the week, complete items in the appropriate folder. Once a week, review the items in the next week folder and decide when to do them in the coming week. 43 folders by month. This is a more detailed system consisting of 31 folders, 1 for each day of the month, plus 12 folders, 1 for each upcoming month. At the beginning of the month, review all items in the monthly folder and sort them depending on which day you want them to do them. Complete items in daily folders daily to keep on top of your action items. Filing. Filing is crucial to paperwork organisation because it allows you to find things quickly and easily. Here are some tips for creating a great filing system. Naming conventions. Having a standardised terminology for your files keeps search time to a minimum with both digital and physical files. For physical files, use consistent dates and names. For digital files, include multiple search terms in your file name to allow for faster retrieval. Paper files. The 5 to 20 items rule of thumb. Use cascading hierarchies when creating your paper files. For instance, you could keep all your insurances together in one hanging folder and have the paperwork for individual policies in separate interior folders. If you have fewer than 5 items in one category, that's a sign that you should condense it with another. More than 20 items should be split up into subcategories. For instance, say you have a file relating to places you want to travel to. If you only want to go to New Zealand and visit Lord of the Rings locations, you only need 1 folder. If you want to go to every state in the US and have paperwork about each state you want to visit, then a folder for each state will be helpful. This helps avoid overstuffed folders that are difficult to look through and avoids having unnecessary folders as well. Using labeling, color coding, or different locations for these categories makes them easy to see at a glance. Digital files. Filing systems aren't just for physical folders. Digital files can use all the same principles to make your workflow easier. Here are some tips for working with digital files. Dates. Use the year, month, day dates at the beginning of the file names to keep them in chronological order. Labels. Use specific labels and file names if you have multiple types of files in one folder to cut down on search time. Use cascading hierarchies minimally on your computer. Extra clicks into folders waste time. The 5 to 20 rule of thumb does not apply to digital files because the computer search function is so useful. You can keep all the paperwork for all your policies in one folder as long as they are named appropriately. A quick search for the type of policy you're looking for pops it right up. Automatic filing. Check out an automatic filing and naming tool like www.filelist.com, which specializes in document management. OCR. Scanners with optical character recognition, OCR, can automatically name files based on their content. Scanners. Scanning paperwork eliminates a lot of clutter. Invest in a scanner with a smooth document feeder, as well as software that manages files after scanning, so you can add or delete pages, rotate, and so on. Be sure to check out options for presets in your scanning software. Presets let you decide in advance a job's types, resolution, paper size, color mode, and so on, and save that set of options so you don't have to select them all each time you scan. Maintenance. Now that you've got your filing system set up and your action items in their proper places, it's time to maintain your system. Some tips on maintaining your filing system. If you have temporary files, file them by month and year, which allows for quick archiving. Purge your files regularly. I recommend at least annually. File at least weekly, more often if you are a paper-intensive home. Document retention. How do you know what to hang on to and what to shred? Different documents have different expiration dates. Permanent. These things should be kept forever, like your social security card. Lifetime. Keep this paperwork for the lifetime of the item. Ownership documents like car titles and deeds belong in this category. Temporary. Keep this paperwork according to their document retention guidelines, like supporting tax documents, medical records and receipts. Consult the IRS, DMV, your insurance company, your CPA and lawyers for the most accurate information on document retention. You can use our guide as a starting point, but please consult your professionals to confirm the specifics for your situation. Using these strategies will help you keep your paperwork to a minimum, so you can find what you need when you need it. Organize to Excel, practical solutions for everyday issues. Like our Facebook page, follow us on Instagram and visit our website www.organizetoexcel.com. Get more updates, like our Facebook page, follow us on Instagram and visit our website www.organizetoexcel.com.